Hello again. Just read a interesting little email that one of my friends sent me. The title, absolutely jaw-dropping. This is a list of Republican budget cuts. Notice Social Security and military are not on this list. These are the programs that the new Republican House has proposed cutting. The article says read to the end, but I'm going to turn what's here into a video. You're not going to believe it. Corporation for Public Broadcasting Subsidy, $445 million annual savings. Save America's Treasure Program, $25 million annual savings. International Fund for Ireland, $17 million annual savings. Legal Services Corporation, $420 million annual savings. National Endowment for the Arts, $167.5 million annual savings. National Endowment for the Humanities, $167.5 million annual savings. Hope 6 Program, $250 million annual savings. Amtrak subsidies, $1.565 billion annual savings. Eliminate duplicating education programs, H.R. 2274, in last Congress, authored by Representative McKeon, eliminates 68 at a savings of $1.3 billion annually. U.S. Trade Development Agency, $55 million annual savings. Woodrow Wilson Center subsidies, $20 million annual savings. Cut in half funding for congressional printing and binding, $47 million annual savings. John C. Stennis Center subsidy, $430,000 annual savings. Community Development Fund, $4.5 billion annual savings. Heritage Area Grants and Statutory Aid, $24 million annual savings. Cut federal travel budget in half, $7.5 billion annual savings. I made a little video on that as well. There's no reason to have members of Congress fly back and forth every week when they can telemarket right from their desks at home. Go to meeting. That's all they need. Little software. Trim federal budget by 20%, $600 million annual savings. Essential Air Services, $150 million annual savings. Technology Innovation Programs, $70 million annual savings. Manufacturing Extension Partnership, MEP, program, $125 million annual savings. Department of Energy grants to state for weatherization, $530 million annual savings. Beach replenishment, $95 million annual savings. New Starts Transit, $2 billion annual savings. Exchange program for Alaska Natives, Native Hawaiians, and their historical trading partners in Massachusetts, $9 million annual savings. Intercity and high-speed rail grants, $2.5 billion annual savings. Title 10 Family Planning, $318 million annual savings. Appalachian Regional Commission, $76 million annual savings. Economic Development Administration, $293 million annual savings. Programs under the National and Community Services Act, $1.15 billion annual savings. Applied Research at Department of Energy, $1.27 billion annual savings. Freedom, CAR, and Fuel Partnerships, $200 million annual savings. Energy Star Program, $52 million annual savings. Economic Assistance to Egypt, $250 million annual savings. U.S. Agency for International Development, $1.39 billion annual savings. General Assistance to the District of Columbia, $210 million annual savings. Subsidy for Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, $150 million annual savings. Presidential Campaign Fund, $775 million savings over 10 years. No funding for federal office space acquisition, $864 million annual savings. End prohibition on competitive sourcing of government services. Repeal the Davis-Bacon Act, more than $1 billion annually. IRS direct deposit requires the IRS to deposit fees for some services it offers, such as processing payment plans for taxpayers to the Treasury instead of allowing it to remain as part of the budget. 1.8 billion savings over 10 years. Required collection of unpaid taxes by federal employees. 1 billion total savings. What's this about? Prohibit taxpayer-funded union activities by federal employees. 1.2 billion savings over 10 years. Sell excess federal properties that government does not make use of. 15 billion total savings. Eliminate death gratuity for members of Congress. What? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Eliminate Mohar subsidies, 1 million annual savings. Eliminate taxpayer subsidies to the United Nations Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, 12.5 million annual savings. Well, isn't that special? Eliminate market access programs, 200 million annual savings. USDA sugar program, 14 million annual savings. Subsidies to Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, 93 million annual savings. Eliminate the National Organic Certification Cost Share Program, 56.2 million annual savings. Eliminate fund for Obamacare administrative costs, 900 million savings. Ready to Learn TV program, 27 million savings. HUD PhD program, Deficit Reduction Checkoff Act. Total savings, 2.5 trillion over 10 years. The question asked is, what is all this doing in the budget in the first place? Now keep in mind that doesn't include grounding Air Force One. Not totally. But Barack Hussein Obama spent more time in Air Force One than he did on the ground, I think. The cost used to be around $187,000 an hour. The most recent cost per hour was, I think, $225,000 per hour. That doesn't include all the support aircraft that go along with them when they bring his car and the Secret Service cars and his helicopter and his golf clubs. We're going to save billions of dollars having that crack-smoking Sunni Islamic extremist, fudge-packing, homosexual bastard Arab no longer have access to Air Force One. Isn't this mind-blowing? What the hell has our Congress been doing, letting all this craziness go on for as long as it has? And I'll guarantee you, once Donald gets in the Oval Office, there'll be a hell of a lot of additional savings. Thanks for listening. Pass this one along. Let your like-minded friends know how ineffective our government has been. Thanks for listening.